Hello, my name is Kathleen Clancy, and I'm excited to be running for re-election to the Gloucester School Committee for a 9th term. As a strong advocate for public education and a proud parent of a Gloucester Public Schools graduate, my son Neville, who is now in his final year at Worcester Polytechnic Institute, I've seen firsthand the power of a strong public school system. It has been an honor to serve this community, and I remain energized by the important work of the school committee. Together, we've made real progress in strengthening Gloucester schools. Here are just a few examples. O'Malley's Middle School Science Central is an exciting hub of various labs for hands-on experiential learning for every student and has been touted at the state level as a model for other districts. This year, Gloucester High School launched a new vocational program in medical assisting, opening up meaningful post-graduation pathways for students. Arts, music, and theater programs are thriving across all grade levels, including significant growth in musical instrument instruction. Student supports have increased to meet evolving needs, and facilities have been vastly improved across the district, improving learning environments for students and staff. We've built 2 beautiful new elementary schools, East Veterans and West Parish, installed new playgrounds at Beeman and Plum Cove, and upgraded the Gloucester High School Fieldhouse, including new flooring and bleachers, which restored our ability to host indoor track meets and enhanced the space for all indoor sports and physical education. Let me tell you a little more about myself. I've been deeply involved in Gloucester education for many years, including as a longtime volunteer with the Gloucester Education Foundation, which fosters innovation and opportunity in our schools. Professionally, I have a background in finance with a degree in accounting and an MBA in finance, and spent over 20 years in financial and operational management. On the school committee, I currently serve as chair, and throughout my tenure, I've taken on a number of leadership roles, including chairing and serving on the Building and Finance Subcommittee, where I've used my financial background to evaluate initiatives and set budget priorities aligned with educational goals. I've chaired the Program Subcommittee, working on policies that guide our district. And I've served on both the East Veterans and West Parish School Building Committees, where we successfully delivered 2 major school projects on time and under budget. I believe deeply in strategic long-term planning. That's why I strongly support the district's plan for ongoing improvement, which guides our decisions and budget priorities. Our schools are the heart of the community, and I believe every milestone of a student's education should be supported and celebrated by all of us. Really great things are happening in Gloucester Public Schools. I encourage you to come support students at various performances, games, and events. You'll be inspired by what's happening in our schools every day. And, of course, there's always more to do to ensure student needs are met and learning improves. I remain committed to ensuring that every student in Gloucester receives an excellent education, filled with opportunities that inspire a lifelong love of learning and prepare them for a successful future. That has always been my passion, and it's what drives my continued service. I would be honored to earn your vote on November 4th, and I hope you'll encourage your friends and family to vote as well. Again, I am Kathleen Clancy, and you'll find my name first on the ballot. Thank you, 1623 Studios, for hosting this candidate forum, and to all of you for listening. Thank you.
My name is Laura Wiessen. I have 2 children who attend Gloucester Public Schools, and I'm running for my 4th term on the Gloucester School Committee. Many people have asked me why I'm running again after the difficulties of last year. Last week, I was reminded yet again why I'm so committed to Gloucester schools and want to continue contributing through my work on the school committee. I visited O'Malley for a brief midday band concert. While there, I saw students' shining faces and listened as some of them explained that, before band, they didn't know where they fit in. I saw their trust in and admiration for their teacher, and I saw how a community was coming together to make that program possible through the presentation of a generous donation to help fund the music program that is so important to so many. That's the goal of all of it, to serve students creatively, intellectually, emotionally, socially, to help them see ideas or instruments or tools or books or whatever it is that they haven't encountered before and that are all part of building a satisfying and fulfilling life. Budgets shrink and student needs continue to grow. And throughout it all, public education is an awesome responsibility. A responsibility to each and every student and family in this district to prepare children for the world they will inherit, to instill in them the possibilities that they can be whatever they choose to be. Public education is a sacred trust. I've served on the committee through COVID, through budget cuts and reduction in force, and last year, most devastatingly, the teachers in Paris strike. I've learned that every adult involved in our schools cares deeply for the students and the project of education. And we need each and every one of us to make this amazing project work. I'm currently the chairperson of the Programs Subcommittee and am proud to have worked on the updated attendance policy and, last school year, an updated policy related to electronic devices in school. The policy challenges keep coming fast and furious. From AI to new rulings by the Supreme Court, we do our best to ensure Gloucester has policies that serve our families, students, and staff for the long run. It's not very glamorous work, but I know it matters every day. This year, the school committee is again tasked with hiring a new superintendent. I'm committed to working with our community and the entire school committee to choose the person best suited to lead our district towards improved outcomes and deepened learning. We in Gloucester still have a lot of work to do to make our schools the best they can be. We've made important improvements in curriculum, special education, and a sense of belonging, but there's still more work to do. That's why I'm running, to bring my experience and my dedication as a parent, community member, and school committee member to the awesome responsibility of public education and improving Gloucester schools. It's for my children, it's for your children, it's for Gloucester. I'm number 2 on the ballot. I hope to earn your vote on November 4th. Thank you.
Hello, Gloucester. I'm Jeremy McKeen, and I'm running for re-election to the Gloucester School Committee, where I've gladly served for the past 2 years. Since my time in office, I've learned from the greatest populations our small city has to offer, including students, teachers, paraprofessionals, parents, school committee colleagues, and the mayor and superintendent. The committee itself that I've been a part of has offered me insight and perspective to and about our city and its schools, whether it's been on the Programs Committee developing school policy or one of the several negotiating teams with local workers. There's great power in preparing for common goals that produce the best for our staff and students. It's always best when it's a coordinated effort, and I look forward to collaborating with even more teachers and parents this time around. As a teacher myself, I've had more than 20 years of experience working with educators and staff and under more than several superintendents and principals. My love for teaching, coaching, writing, theater, music, and English literature has seen me through educational triumphs and setbacks, always with a lesson or a challenge to get right the next time. Such is the work of the school committee, where we get the chance at every meeting to better the lives of our engaged learners, improve our public schools and the community that provides for it, and take care of our students and educators with the utmost compassion and intelligence. This work is close to my heart, and I feel like I've only just begun to start to make a difference for you, the schools, and the city. I started on the school committee knowing what the educational system looks like from a teacher's perspective, and now, after 2 years, I have doubled my own education by aiming to see all sides of each issue and hopefully letting logic and reason win the day. As a school committee member, I've been able to work with and see our city's educational professionals at their best. This includes special education and career vocational technical education. My journey as a teacher has provided me with the tools to make inclusion education work in the classroom, and I've been fortunate enough to have spent my time as a teacher at Lynn Vocational Technical Institute, where students, like those freshmen at GHS, are able to experience the shops for several rotations. Having worked for years with students and their IEPs, it's of the utmost importance that we make sure that all students are getting accommodations accordingly. I'm confident in my work with my colleagues who are at the wheel of GPS, and I want to be able to continue serving so that I can be a voice for these causes. My own children are successfully navigating their own paths through school, and this year I'll see my oldest leave high school, my youngest finish elementary school, and my middle child, not to be forgotten, continue on her sophomore journey, while my wife and I wonder what we did right to have such amazing kids. One of the reasons I love Gloucester is because of how it has treated my own children and us as parents, and I want every student, parent, and guardian to experience that as well. Whether it's protecting our students from unfair national mandates, navigating the world of AI, continuing with a working cell phone policy, or choosing the next superintendent, I love that I get to serve on a committee that works directly with the community and on behalf of students. There is nothing better when a small society joins together to produce the best possible results for our pupils. American philosopher and educator John Dewey remarked that education is not preparation for life, education is life itself. This philosophy has guided me as a lifelong learner, and I hope to support the continuation of this idea that all of our students continue their education past high school, college, trade school, and the military, and into their young, bright, beautiful lives. Thank you, Gloucester, and I'm looking forward to your vote on November 4th.
Hello, I'm Nas Tber, and I'm running for Gloucester School Committee because it's time to rebuild trust in our district, practice transparency in everything we do, and deliver the results our community deserves. My priority is to restore trust between the educators, the district, and the community so that every decision is made with partnership, not conflict. That trust also means transparency. Educators deserve clarity in the choices that shape their classrooms, and together we should expect results, real progress we can measure in the success of our students, whether that's stronger test scores, higher graduation rates for multilingual learners, or students who feel supported and excited to come to school each day. In my professional life, I work in information technology. Every day, I solve problems, streamline systems, and make sure people have the tools they need to do their jobs effectively. That's taught me two important lessons. First, that listening matters, because problems can't be solved until you've really heard people out. And second, that small, thoughtful changes can add up to big results. Those same lessons apply to our schools. When we listen to educators, parents, and students, and when we focus on practical, proactive solutions, we can make real progress. Service has also shaped who I am. I've had the honor of serving in the Army National Guard, where I took part in both state and federal missions that showed me the importance of community. One of the most meaningful roles I held was serving on the Military Funeral Honors Team, where over the span of several years, I gave over 100 veterans their final tribute. That experience taught me what it means to stand with families in their hardest moments and to show up with dignity, respect, and compassion. My service reinforced values of accountability, teamwork, and commitment, values I carry with me every day, and the same values I'll bring to serve in Gloucester on the school committee. I moved to Gloucester a couple of years ago with my fiance, who teaches kindergarten right here in town. That gives me a unique perspective. I don't just see the challenges of our schools from the outside. I hear about them every day at the dinner table. And I know that scaling those conversations up to the district level would be incredibly valuable for our community. I see the long hours, the dedication, the frustrations that educators face. And I want to make sure that the effort of educators pour into their classrooms is matched by a school committee that listens, supports, and delivers. What drives me to run is simple. I believe Gloucester schools can and should be a source of pride for every family in our community. We have dedicated educators, passionate parents, and resilient students. We just need leadership that brings people together and focuses on what really matters. My commitment is to rebuild trust between the educators, the district, and the community, to bring transparency to every decision, and to demand results that truly reflect the potential of our students. And ultimately, the future of our community is in our schools. When we give students the education and support they deserve, we're not just helping them succeed, we're strengthening Gloucester for generations to come. I'm ready to do the work, but this effort can't happen alone. It takes all of us, educators, parents, students, and community members, pushing in the same direction. If we listen to one another, support one another, and stay focused on solutions instead of conflict, there's no limit to what our schools can achieve. That's the vision I want to bring to the Gloucester School Committee, and with your support, I know we can get there together.
Hello, everyone. As some of you might know, I'm Bill Melvin, and I'm a candidate for re-election to the Gloucester School Committee this November. I currently serve as the vice chairman of that committee. Over the course of my 4-year tenure on the school committee, I have held positions as the junior member of the Building and Finance Committee for all 4 years, the Programs Committee for 2 years, and I have been the chair, vice chair, or committee member for 8 different district negotiating teams during the 2024-25 school year. Notably, I led the negotiations for the district during last year's teachers' strike, which resulted in a ratified contract. I'm proud of my efforts as part of the larger team in bringing the strike to a successful conclusion. It was a difficult time in our school's history, and I'm thankful that we were able to work through the issues in front of us. Although the work of the school committee is clearly defined, I've come to see it on a personal level as mainly twofold. First, it is to help create a framework where each child has the opportunity to learn, flourish, and be confident in an educational setting. That is done through helping craft a budget for the schools, helping to create and modify policies and procedures that enable the schools to function with clearer guardrails, and devoting time and accountability to curriculum and district goals that will help our students embrace becoming lifelong learners. The second part of that role is to help promote the many wonderful things taking place in our schools, which are filled with great students who are doing terrific things in the classroom, on the stages and athletic fields, and in the community. Our schools should be a source of pride, and I welcome the opportunity to literally be their biggest cheerleader. I am also keenly aware that there is work to be done. We must improve student learning and test scores across the board, and must ensure that our schools are safe for students and educators alike. And collectively, we must continue to prioritize student outcomes. I believe that we have begun to take the necessary steps to guide us in a positive direction, and I am optimistic about the future of our schools. This year is off to a great start, and with a new working group that includes all stakeholders to examine, recommend, and report on improved student learning, we've set ourselves up for success. We've also hired new teachers at all of our schools, and we've settled 8 of the 9 contracts for those who work in our district, including our educators and support professionals. In closing, I'd like to remind everyone that I'm a believer in the adage, you can get to where you want to go from the Gloucester Public Schools. It was true yesterday, it is true today, and it will remain true tomorrow. With your support, I will continue to help make our schools a priority and ensure that the almost 3,000 students who walk through our doors daily are afforded every opportunity to find their path and navigate it with confidence. Thank you, and I'd appreciate your vote on November 4th.
My name is Andrea Liacos. I'm a proud parent of 2 Gloucester Public School students. My daughter Quinn is in the 7th grade, and my son Henry is a freshman at Gloucester High School. I'm a public school educator with 20 years of classroom experience. I began my career teaching in Peabody, and for the past 18 years, I have taught 6th, 7th, and 8th grade chorus and drama at North Andover Middle School. I hold bachelor's degrees in music education and musical theater, a Master of Education, and a Certificate of Advanced Graduate Studies in Educational Leadership. The past 5 years in the classroom have felt like 100. The needs of the students are more diverse and constantly evolving. The way information is presented and taught is different. The expectations placed on educators are different, and the way families engage is different. I'd like to find ways to acknowledge these differences by working with educators and administrators so that we are attracting, supporting, and retaining the best of the best. Change is hard, but feeling unsupported through change is harder. I'm interested in exploring immediate and long-range support systems that can be put in place so that our educators feel valued professionally and set up to be the most effective in their classrooms. I believe in collaboration, cooperation, and communication. I believe in having differences of opinion, voicing them openly, sometimes with strong emotions, and then rolling up your sleeves to find common ground. Last year's strike strained many relationships in our community, and I'd like to be a part of the continued rebuilding process. The number one negotiating tool needed at the table is not money. It's trust and valuing the voices of the people you are negotiating with and for. Educators who feel respected and valued will always go the extra mile. I'm approachable, I listen to understand instead of respond, and I value the voices of all stakeholders. I chaired my district's stipend committee this past year during a budget crisis. We listened to each other, offered creative solutions, and had meaningful conversations with district leadership to come to an agreement that included 14% increases for activities and athletics, but more importantly, set us up for continued success in the future. I'm a vocal supporter of the fine and performing arts. These programs are often first on the chopping block when budgets tighten. As a member of the school committee, I'd like to see more long-term planning around our school budgets, taking small and steady steps to decrease our total reliance on grant funding sources so that arts and music programs are clearly identified as priorities within the school budget. We need to show that we invest in what we value. My children are very different learners. I'd like better support in place for Tier 2 intervention for the students who need it, and better support in place for educators who provide it. Intervention doesn't work when teachers and paraprofessionals are pulled in different directions. I'd like to see more opportunities for students who may require more of a challenge within the classroom. We should also explore ways to reduce out-of-district tuition costs, keeping students within our district and allowing their families the opportunity to experience not only a quality education, but also a sense of belonging within the community they call home. As a middle school teacher, I'm well versed in the challenges surrounding student behavior. This past spring, I attended community forums about this issue at O'Malley. There has been no follow-up communication about any work that has been done or not done, which is an enormous missed opportunity. I'm invested in finding ways to partner with the schools and community leaders to build the type of school environment where everyone feels valued, safe, and heard, as well as establishing ways to establish an appropriate system of accountability that meets the needs of all. I never pictured myself as someone who was qualified to run for public office. I was just a teacher. But I know education. I know how hard it is to be in the classroom fighting for resources, materials, and respect. I'm qualified and reflective, and I'm ready to be the biggest supporter of the students, families, educators, and the community. Students who feel connected to school are more successful in school, and families who feel connected will invest in our schools, and we will all benefit from that. I'm Andrea Liacos. I'm number 6 on the ballot, and I look forward to earning your vote on November 4th.
Hello, my name is Joy Teixeira Prince, and I'm asking for one of your votes to serve on the Gloucester School Committee. I was born and raised in this community, and I'm a proud graduate of the Gloucester Public Schools. This district shaped who I am today, and I'm deeply committed to giving back to the schools in the city that gave me so much. I also have a personal stake in our school's success. My granddaughter currently attends Gloucester High, and like every family, I want her and all of our students to have the very best opportunities. Our district serves a diverse student body, where nearly 60% classified as high needs. That reality must inform every decision we make, from instruction to budgeting, to ensure every student is seen, supported, and set up for success. I'm encouraged by the progress we're seeing in our new curriculum. It's already showing promising results in our younger grades. And this year we've expanded the co-teaching model, increasing access to special education support in general education classrooms. We've also launched a new autism program, allowing students to stay in their community schools rather than traveling outside the district. These are important steps forward, and we must continue building on this momentum. However, we also face some real challenges. I'm increasingly concerned about student and staff attendance. Regular attendance is essential to both academic growth and the school culture. We need to understand the root causes and implement strategies that foster connection, accountability, and consistency. Also, student conduct concerns must be addressed in a timely and consistent manner. Bullying, disrespect, and harmful behavior has no place in our schools. We must take a firm stance to hold students accountable in ways that promote reflection, responsibility, and a positive school culture. I'm fully prepared and committed to confronting these challenges that stand in the way of students' success. We also need to continue modernizing our curriculum to reflect the realities that students face, including bullying, the influence of social media, and the spread of misinformation. As artificial intelligence reshapes how young people access and evaluate information, we must equip them with the critical thinking skills, empathy, and digital responsibility they need to thrive. I bring extensive experience in education, budget, and governance. 18 years on the Gloucester School Committee and 9 years as member to Essex Tech. I also have a deep knowledge of collective bargaining, both as a school district representative and as a union member in my own profession. Approximately 85% of our school budget is invested in people who make our schools run, our educators, support staff, and administration. I support competitive salaries and benefits that help us attract and retain high-quality educators our students deserve. Fiscal responsibility and educational impact must go hand in hand. Our budget decisions must respect taxpayers and prioritize initiatives that drive student achievement. I have strong working relationships with city administration and city council, and I'm a persistent advocate for what our students need. I've lived here, learned here, and now watch a new generation grow here, and I remain deeply committed to the future of Gloucester's children. I also have a strong reputation for being there when families need help. I'm always available to listen and then respond. I would be honored to earn your trust and your vote. Again, my name is Joy Teixeira Prince. I'm number 7 on the ballot, Together, we can continue building a school system where every student has the opportunity to thrive. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brianna Hodgkins. I'm excited to be a candidate for a seat on the Gloucester School Committee. I'm an island native with a deep passion for the community and its people. I'm a mother of GPS students, a Gloucester career woman, and a resident. I have vast experience in childcare, early education, substitute teaching, and volunteering. I hold a bachelor's and master's in finance and business. I have a broad work experience in accounting, finance, program management, engineering, and marketing for a $20 billion company. I have expertise in special education needs and policy. As a former special needs student myself, who exceeded expectations through earning enough credits to go to college during my high school year, and as a mother to a special needs students in the Gloucester public school systems, I am known for my personal qualities, integrity, dedication, and teamwork. I value trust, transparency, creativity, community, and responsibility. I envision a school system that puts students' needs first. Behaviors are our body's way to communicate a need, and when these needs are not met, unexpected behaviors will occur. Only when these needs are met can our students learn. Therefore, when we meet the needs of our most vulnerable students, unexpected behaviors will decrease, allowing teachers and staff to focus on general education. When students' needs are put first, everyone wins. There are several issues currently facing the Gloucester School District: financial instability, significant out-of-cost district costs, inferior special education, bullying, increase in unexpected behaviors, and declining grades. I will address these issues by analyzing the school and city budgets. I will identify gaps in the current budget versus a needs-based budget. I will work with the team to develop solutions to the gaps and drive those implementations. Through strong leadership, data-driven decision-making, out-of-box thinking, and a get-it-done attitude, and financial literacy, I'm confident that we can improve our school systems and the lives they touch. Thank you for considering me for candidacy. I'm excited about the opportunity to serve the Gloucester School Committee and work together to a prosperous future. I look forward to the possibility of contributing my skills and passions to our shared success. Thank you for the time and consideration.